Hello friends, as I told you in my previous video about money, the basic concepts that is related to money, what is money, what is stock concept, what is flow concept, income is a flow concept, whereas our money is a stock concept with regard to a point of time. Then we understood about the different levels of liquidity, most liquid to least liquid. Today we will focus on one of the most easiest topic, and that is barter system. So myself, Professor Aftab Bhai. What is barter system? When you speak about barter system is a system of exchange of goods or services directly with goods and services. So in barter system, we can say goods and services are exchanged for goods and services. This is the most oldest form of transactions that has existed. Since humankind has existed, barter system has come into existence. Or you can say barter system is a system under which goods and services are exchanged instead of currency. So here there is no concept of money. So goods and services are exchanged instead of currency. Or else you can say in another way, a bartering economy differs from a monetary economy in a variety of ways. And what is the primary difference? The primary difference is that the exchange is reciprocal. So here comes the main crux of the matter. Exchange is reciprocal. This is not the case when we speak about monetary economy. The moment we are speaking about monetary economy, here comes money. But before money, our economy was a bartering economy. Here goods and services were exchanged for goods and services. This is what barter system is. Going ahead. Then why money? As I had stopped my previous video at this particular point as to why money, we saw that because of the inconveniences of barter system, money came into existence. Now the question is, what type of inconveniences? So let us take one by one few major problems that existed in barter system. And the first one is lack of double coincidence of demand. Lack of double coincidence of demand. What this is? Let us try to understand this thing with a simple example. Let us say there are two people. There is one person A and there is a person B. And in this example of ours, person A is producing shoes and he wants to buy rice. So the item that he is producing is footwear, and the item that he is demanding is food grain. So his supply is footwear and demand is food grains. Now let us see what person B is doing. Person B is producing rice grain and he wants shoes. So in this particular case, what has happened? What person A wants is produced by person B, and what person B wants is produced by person A. So such a situation, you can see the exchange can take place, the trade takes place, and person A will get what he wants and person B will get what he wants. Such a situation is called as double coincidence of demand. So in this situation, A and B are having reciprocal demand. This is what is reciprocal demand, one of the most important feature of barter system. Now for a while, let us make some changes in this example. Let us say B is not producing rice grain but he is producing wheat. So in this situation, even if B wants shoes and A has produced shoes, can the exchange take place? No. The reason is A wants rice grains but B has wheat grains. So in this situation, what has happened? There is lack of double coincidence of demand. You can see there is no coincidence. What A wants is not there with B. So in such a situation, the trade cannot take place. So many a times, whenever we speak about large number of buyers and large number of sellers, or you can say large number of producers and large number of consumers, there is a constant problem of lack of double coincidence of demand. So this was the major problem in the barter system, and this was a major inconvenience in barter system, because of which money had to come into existence. So winding up the first point, lack of double coincidence of demand. The next point is difficulty of subdivision. So one more thing with regard to barter system was divisibility was very tough. As in case of money, we can divide 100 rupee notes into different ways. We can say 100 rupee note, let us say, if I want to say I'm having 100 rupee note, how can I divide this 100 rupees note? This 100 rupee note, I can divide it as 50 rupees and 50 rupees. This 50 rupee note, further I can divide it as 20 rupees, 20 rupees and 5 rupees. Similarly, this 20 rupees I can further divide it as 10 rupees and 10 rupees. So in this way, money can be divided. But when you speak about goods, there is difficulty of subdivision of goods. I'll make it clear to you all. What is this difficulty? So let us see. I'll take a simple example. Let us say there is person A and there is person B. Person A has goat along with him and person B has a hen. Now person B owns goat and person A owns hen. Let us say there is a reciprocal demand for each other's goods. But the problem is, can person A give one goat in exchange for one hen? No, it is not possible, because the value of hen is very less as compared to the value of goat. So in this situation, do you think can we divide the goat into different parts? Head, neck, tummy, legs, tail. Is it possible to divide that goat and say that okay, hen is smaller in size, its value is less, so I will just give you for entire hen the head of goat? Is it possible? No, it is not possible. So this type of impossibility has created difficulty in barter system, and this lack of subdivision or inconvenience of dividing the goods has given a chance for money to come into existence. Moving ahead, it is not feasible to divide goat for one hen, neither it is feasible to give entire goat for one hen. So this difficulty of subdivision has given pavement for money to come into existence. Moving ahead, the next inconvenience or difficulty of barter system is difficulty in storing wealth. So money, as you can see, we can store it for years together in our almirah, in our house, under the ground, where there are many places we can store the money, in banks. So nothing will happen to our currency, nothing will happen to our coins. The currency won't get decayed, the coins won't get decayed. There is no destruction, natural destruction of coins and currency notes. But when it comes to goods and services, what will happen? Many times it is very tough to store our wealth intact. So under barter system, wealth cannot be stored, as wheat, rice, cattle, etc. perish after some time, or they may be also robbed and destroyed. Let us take the example. If I speak about taking rice today from my friend, and if I tell him the same wheat grains, the same wheat grains I'll give it to him after 1 year, what will happen to those wheat grains after 1 year? Will it be the same? No, there will be perished, there will be rotten after a year. So it is very tough to store these wheat grains for a long period of time. This is the difficulty of barter system. Not only about wheat grains, you can also speak about cattle. So the age of cattle, the health of cattle, what is today, it may not be the same after few years. The cattle may get affected by any virus, the cattle may become weak, the cattle may become unhealthy, and ultimately the cattle may die. So in this situation, what is happening? It is very difficult to store our uh, any form of wealth. It may be food grains or it may be our livestock. So this is the next difficulty about barter system, that is the storage problem. Moving ahead, one more problem with barter system is there are multiple exchange rates. What do you mean by multiple exchange rates? Let us take an example. Here, let us assume there are 4 commodities or 4 goods. I will name the 4 goods as A, B and C. In case of money as a medium of exchange, there are 4 prices. Every commodity has a specific price. So our goods are A, B, C, D. Then what is the price of A? The price of A is PA, the price of B is PB, the price of C is PC, and the price of D is PD. So there are 4 commodities. So there are 4 goods and there are 4 prices. But in case of barter system, what will happen? In case of barter system, every good will be exchanged with other good. So there will be 6 prices for 4 commodities. 6 prices. See the difference. Here I am speaking about 6 prices. In case of monetary medium of exchange, there are only 4 prices. In case of barter system, there are 6 prices. How is it so? So here there will be one exchange rate between commodity A and commodity B. Then there will be another exchange rate between commodity A and commodity C. Similarly, there will be one more exchange rate between commodity A and commodity D. There will be another exchange rate between commodity B and commodity C. Similarly, the rate of exchange between commodity B and commodity D will be completely different from the previous exchange rates. And lastly, there will be a different rate of exchange between commodity C and commodity D. So there exist 6 rates of exchange in barter system. But in money economy, what is the case? If there are 4 goods, there are 4 prices. But in barter system, even if the goods are 4, there are 6 prices. So this is what becomes the problem of multiple exchange rates. One more inconvenience that is faced in barter system. Going ahead, the next difficulty of barter system is inconvenient in the case of services. Now there are different kinds of services. Let us say there are farmers who are producing food grains, there are teachers who are teaching, there are engineers who are constructing the house, and there are doctors who are treating the patients. So under barter system, exchange of services is difficult. How is it difficult? How can a doctor make the payment to a teacher? You can say a farmer may pay in the form of rice to teacher, but what about others? So if I say there is a farmer, this farmer, if he goes to a doctor for treatment, then the doctor may take from this farmer food grains, and in return he may give his prescription, or you can say treatment, or you can say tablets. So here barter system will do. Similarly, the farmer can go to a teacher and tell the teacher to take tuitions for his son, and the teacher in return to tuitions can again take food grains from the farmer. Now the question comes, if the teacher has to go, if the teacher has to go to the doctor for treatment, what will the doctor take from the teacher? Will he take tuitions or will he take classes? What will he take? So this type of exchange, or deciding what will be exchanged for the services of teacher and for the services of doctor, is a matter of great inconvenience. So under barter system, such things. So this is a simple example. There are so many occupations. If I take into the picture engineers, so what the engineers will give to the doctor if they take the treatment? So here it is very tough to exchange services for services. So what is required over here is we need money. So money has become important because of its feasibility as a medium of exchange. Going ahead, in my next class, now today we understood about barter system and the inconvenience of barter system. There are many other points with regard to barter system, but they are self-explanatory. So with this, we stop about barter system. In my next class, we will enter with money. What is the meaning of money, definitions of money, and features of money. So friends, till then, take care, and thank you very much for watching my videos. Thank you for being with me with Understanding Economics with Professor Aftab. So till my next video, tata, bye bye, take care.